Good morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss another intermolecular forces, hydrogen bonding. So in the previous video lecture I have discussed intermolecular forces, that is van der Waals force of interactions. Okay. So now let's start hydrogen bonding. This is also very important. This is one kind of intermolecular forces. Hydrogen bonding. So what do you mean by hydrogen bonding? We know hydrogen bonding only form nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. These are the three more electronegative elements which can form hydrogen bonding. So before discussing this paragraph, we see this diagram. So there is a HF. So now see, in HF, due to the electronegativity difference, huge electronegativity difference, fluorine possesses delta negative charge, hydrogen possesses delta positive charge. We have taken two same molecules, that is two HF molecules. Here also H positive, F delta negative. So this is a covalent bond, this is a covalent bond, mutual sharing of lone pair electrons. Now these hydrogens form a hydrogen bond with this fluorine atom of another HF molecule. So that is called hydrogen bond. So hydrogen bond is formed between O, nitrogen or F. Here F. So these three more electronic elements are able to form hydrogen bond. Okay, let's see. Hydrogen bond is defined as the electrostatic force of attractions. So it is the electrostatic force of attractions, okay, which exists between the covalently bonded hydrogen atom of one molecule and the electronegativity atom of other molecules. The hydrogen bond is represented by dotted line, this one. For example, H2, ammonia and HF, they can form a hydrogen bond with hydrogen atom which is already covalently bonded with more electronegative atom, oxygen, fluorine or nitrogen. You see, this hydrogen already attached fluorine. This hydrogen atom, when it form a hydrogen bond, it should be attached either fluorine, either oxygen, either nitrogens covalently, form a bond with another more electronegative nitrogen, fluorine or oxygen of same molecule or different molecule. Okay. So cause of formation of hydrogen bond. What is the cause? What is the reason behind this? Why hydrogen bond is formed? When a hydrogen atom is bonded to highly electronegative atom by a covalent bond like fluorine, the bond pair electrons is displaced towards the electronegative atom. I have told several times, if in between two atoms one is more electronegative compared to other, then the shared per electron cloud shifted towards more electronegative atom or displaced. That is the thing what I have discussed in electronegativity classes. So when a hydrogen atom is bonded to a highly electronegative atom by a covalent bond, the bond pair of electrons is displaced towards the electronegative atom. When solitary electron of hydrogen atom lies away from it, its nucleus gets exposed and behaves as bare proton. Such bare hydrogen nucleus exert a strong electrostatic attractions on the electronegative atom of the adjacent molecule. These interactions between hydrogen atom of one molecule, that the hydrogen atom acts as a bridge. You see, this hydrogen atom acts as a bridge between the electronegative atom of two different molecules. To one atom it is linked through a covalent bond, while the other is linked through a hydrogen bond. You see, it acts as a bridge with this more electronegative fluorine which is already attached to another hydrogen through covalent bond. So condition for hydrogen bonding. Since hydrogen bond comes into existence as a result of dipole-dipole interactions, nothing but a dipole-dipole but electrostatic force of attractions. Keep in mind, electrostatic force of attractions. Since hydrogen bond comes into existence as a result of dipole-dipole interactions between the molecules, therefore following conditions are required for effective hydrogen bonding. What are the conditions? hydrogen atoms should be bonded to highly electronegative atom. Hydrogen atoms should be bonded to highly electronegative atom such as fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen. I have already told you. Larger the electronegativity of the atoms, greater the electronegativity of the atoms, higher will be the strength of hydrogen bond. So strength of hydrogen bond will be more if the electronegativity of the element increases. For example, electronegativities of fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen decreases. Fluorine greater than oxygen greater than nitrogen, as fluorine is more electronegative compared to oxygen and nitrogen. Consequently, strength of hydrogen bond decreases as F bond H F. So in between FH hydrogen bond, this bond strength will be more than this. Okay, so this is the hydrogen bond strength. The size of electronegativity. Number 2, the size of electronegativity atoms should be small. Size of electronegativity atoms should be small if the size of electronegativity atom is large. If the size of electronegativity atom is large, its attractive force with hydrogen atom would be less. It is very simple. If the size of electronegativity atom is small, the size of electronegativity atom is large, general electronegative means lesser size. If size increases, what will happen? Attractive force with hydrogen atom would be less. Then it will be more less electronegative element. Consequently, strength of hydrogen bond will be less. Okay, if the electronegativity decreases, strength of hydrogen bond will be diminished. So, for example, nitrogen and chlorine have almost same electronegativity. Nitrogen and chlorine have almost same electronegativity. Listen carefully. Nitrogen and chlorine have same electronegativity, but no hydrogen bonds are formed in case of HCl because of larger size of chlorine atom. We should remember this thing. Nitrogen and oxygen chlorine can form hydrogen bond, although the electronegativity between nitrogen and chlorine is same, but HCl cannot form hydrogen bond due to the large size of chlorine atom. I think you understood. Next, types of hydrogen bond. What are the types of hydrogen bond? Hydrogen bonds can be classified into three categories. Number 1, intermolecular hydrogen bond and intramolecular hydrogen bond. Inter means within two same molecules or different molecules. Intra means within the same molecule. There will be no involvement of other molecules. Okay, inter means there is the involvement of other molecules, whether it may be same molecule or different molecule. Okay, so intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond is formed between two different molecules of same or different substance. Again, it is kind of two types, such as simple way, homo internuclear hydrogen bonding, water. The high boiling point of water compared to that of H2S. This is the very important question. The high boiling point of water, later we will discuss, compared to the H2S due to the molecular associations through hydrogen bonding. Due to the molecular associations through hydrogen bonding, the crystal structure of ice shows a tetrahedral arrangement of water molecules. Crystal structure of ice shows a tetrahedral arrangement of water molecules. This is the tetrahedral arrangement. Each oxygen atom surrounded by 4 oxygen atom. Each oxygen atom you see one oxygen, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like this way. This oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is very important line. Each oxygen atom surrounded by 4 oxygen atom. The arrangement of water molecule in ice is a very open structure. Arrangement of water molecule in ice is a very open structure, and this explains that low density of ice. There are so many vacant space. Okay, so many vacant space. The arrangement of water molecule in ice very open structure, and this explains the low density of ice. Low density of ice. When ice melts, the structures gets ruptured or breaks down, and molecule pack more closely together so that water has higher density, and this packing goes to maximum up to temperature 4 degrees centigrade. All of you know, we have studied in class 10 level. So that's why again I repeat this portion. The arrangement of the water molecule in ice is very open structures, and this explains the low density of ice. Low density of ice. When ice melts, the structure breaks down and molecule pack more closely together so that water molecules has higher density. Close pack, come closer, and this packing goes into maximum up to temperature 4 degrees centigrade. Okay, so you see this this OH bond and this bond. Original covalent bond 1.00 Armstrong, but hydrogen bond 1.76 Armstrong. Okay. Next, hydrogen fluoride. In case of hydrogen fluoride, the hydrogen bond exists between hydrogen atom of one molecule and fluorine atom of another molecule, as shown earlier. As shown earlier means I have this. This is the hydrogen bonding, intermolecular hydrogen bonding in between two HF molecule. Okay, I have already shown you. So, in case of hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen bond exists between hydrogen atom of one molecule and fluorine atom of another molecule. Next, carboxylic acids. CH3 bond C bond O double bond O. CH3 bond C double bond O bond OH. So there is oxygen atom, there is a hydrogen which is already linked with another more electronegative oxygen by covalent bond. Now this hydrogen is eligible for form a bond with this oxygen to hydrogen bond, so they can form a dimer. So some carboxylic acids exist as a dimer. The dimer of acetic acid is represented by R hand side, right hand side here. In aqueous solution, molecules of carboxylic acid. In aqueous solution, molecules of carboxylic acids link up with water molecules, though hydrogen bonding rather than form dimer. So they can form a dimer through hydrogen bonding. Now hetero-intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Hetero-intermolecular. So hydrogen bond between alcohol and water. Water H2, alcohol, CH3OH, C2H5OH, or you can say ROH, alcohol. So lower alcohols and phenols are associated due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Lower alcohols and phenols are associated due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding, such as methanol, ethanol, phenol, have a relatively much higher boiling point than methane and chloromethane, ethane or chloroethane, or benzene or chlorobenzene, etc. How you see, this is the ROH. R means alkyl group or aryl group. If methyl, C2H5 methyl alcohol, C2H5 methyl alcohol, or benzene ring, phenyl ring, then it is phenol. Okay. So what will happen? This is a water molecule. Now this water molecule have two hydrogen atoms. So now this hydrogen of alcohol, which is already attached with more electronegative oxygen by covalent bond, form a hydrogen bond with another more electronegative oxygen of water molecules, and this process is continuous. Okay, so this is the formation of hetero-intermolecular hydrogen bonding between alcohol and water molecules. Between water and alcohol molecules. Next, para-nitrophenol. Para-nitrophenol. This is the para-nitrophenol structure, NO2, benzene ring, OH. I have taken another para-nitrophenol. Okay, as you know, intermolecular means association or involvement of two types of molecule, whether it may be same or different. 2HF same, 2 para-nitrophenol same. If para-nitrophenol and water, if para-nitrophenol HF, so there will be a different species. So intermolecular hydrogen bond results. Intermolecular hydrogen bond results into association of molecules. So intermolecular, that is continue. Okay, again this OH from hydrogen bond, again this O of NO2, again this will continue. So association of molecules will be large. More number of molecules get associated, attached. Molecular surface area increases, molecular size increases, surface area increases. So what will happen? Their boiling point will be also increased. Later we will discuss melting point and boiling point. So intermolecular hydrogen bond result in the association of molecules, hence it usually increases the melting point, boiling point, viscosity, surface tension, solubility. Now intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding means within the molecules. Within the molecules. Here you see, within the molecules. Orthonitrophenol, orthonitrobenzoic acid, C double bond OH, NO2 group. Orthohydroxybenzylaldehyde, CHO, C double bond H, OH. Orthohydroxybenzoic acid, C double bond O, OH. So this is within the molecule. There is no question of association of other molecules. So hydrogen bond is formed within the molecule. So there is no question of association, no question of increase of molecular mass, no question of increase of molecular size, or no question of increase of surface area. Okay. So intermolecular hydrogen bond is formed between the hydrogen atom and highly electronegative atom, chlorine, oxygen or nitrogen, present in different bonds within the same molecule. So intramolecular hydrogen bond is formed between the hydrogen atom and highly electronegative atom, chlorine, oxygen or nitrogen, present in different bonds within the same molecule. As I shown you, intermolecular hydrogen bond results cyclization. Cyclization means you see from a member 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a cyclization. Okay. So intermolecular hydrogen bond results in the cyclization of molecules and prevents their association. A few examples of molecules which form intermolecular hydrogen bonds are given in the next slide. Properties of various substances for the development of hydrogen bond. Okay, first one is association. The hydrogen bond link up molecules of the same substance to form large aggregate. The molecules gets aggregated. That means the surface area will be increased. So hydrogen bonds link up molecules of the same substance to form large aggregates. This is called association of the molecules. For examples, HA molecules are associated with one another by hydrogen bonds. The formula of hydrogen fluoride can be written as HA whole to the power n, where the value of n depends upon the physical state of the compound. So association, if number of molecules get associated in case of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, what will happen? So more number of molecules attached to hydrogen bond. There are several hydrogen bonds. To break these several hydrogen bonds, we should supply the more heat. That means melting point, boiling point also increases, molecular surface area increases, boiling point and melting point also increases. Okay, so that is the due to this association. Next, melting point, boiling point. As I told you, if association occurs, melting point, boiling point increases. The compounds whose molecules are associated with one another, the compounds whose molecules are associated with one another by hydrogen bonds have abnormally high melting point and boiling points. It is due to the fact that large amount of energy is needed to overcome intermolecular hydrogen bond. Compounds whose molecules are associated with one another by another hydrogen bonds have abnormally high melting point, boiling points. It is due to the fact that large amount of energy is needed to overcome this intermolecular hydrogen bonds and to separate the molecules, which is shown here. So because of the proximity of OH and NO2 groups, OH group very close to each other. In orthonitrophenol, there is a intramolecular hydrogen bonding, which prevents the intermolecular hydrogen bonding between two more molecules. Since molecular association cannot take place, the boiling point of orthonitrophenol is lower than that of paranitrophenol. This is the very important question. Why the boiling point of orthonitrophenol is less than the paranitrophenol? So, one, the former is capable to form a intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and latter can form a intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, so since the molecular association cannot take place, the boiling of orthonitrophenol is lower than that of paranitrophenol. Because of the distance between OH and NO2 groups. In paranitrophenol, there is no possibility of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. In case of paranitrophenol, if you look the structure, so large distance, one side NO2, another side 180 degree OH, so there is no chance of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So since the molecular association cannot take place, the boiling of orthonitrophenol is lower than that of paranitrophenol. Because of the distance between OH and NO2 group in paranitrophenol, so there is no possibility of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So intermolecular hydrogen bonding may take place a certain extent, which causes some degree of molecular association or aggregations. This is responsible for higher boiling points of the two nitrophenols. I think you understood. Next, the hydrides of first member of each group, namely NH3 water and HF, have abnormally high boiling point. Okay. So before you see the chart molar mass against the normal boiling point. If you talk about nitrogen group, antimony, okay, then arsenic, okay, then you see nitrogen, then phosphorus. Similarly, HF, HCl, HBr, HI. Water high, then H2S, then H2C, then H2Ge. So, for example, in case of halogen acids, the boiling point decreases. Case of halogen acids, boiling point decreases with decrease in molecular mass. From HI to HBr and from HBr to HCl, but there is a sudden rise in value of boiling point in case of HF. What I told you, HF you see higher value, then HCl, then HBr, then again HI. So there is a sudden rise in value of boiling point in case of HF. The relatively high boiling point of HF is due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bond. So due to the intermolecular hydrogen bond, the relative boiling point strength of HF will be high. In case of other halogen acids, no hydrogen bonding occurs due to the large atomic size and small electronegativities of other halogens. Other halogen means HCl, HBr, HI, due to the small electronegativity difference. Okay. Similar explanation can be given to explain the abnormal boiling points of water among the hydrides of the elements of oxygen group and that of NH3. So among the hydride of the elements of nitrogen group, order of boiling point group 15, 16, 17 hydrides in RN side. RN side means right hand side means here. You see carbon, then CH4, then CH4, then NS stannous hydride. So nitrogen higher, then phosphorus, then arsenic, then antimony, but nitrogen is lesser than antimony. So again I tell you, Here, in case of halogen acids, no hydrogen bonding occurs due to the large atomic size and small electronegativity of the halogens. Similar expression can be given to explain the abnormal boiling points of water among the hydrides of elements of the oxygen group and that of ammonia. Why the water has high boiling point? According to the graph, you see water has a high boiling point graph. Water of boiling point group 15, 16 and 17 hydride in right hand side. You see the boiling point order for group 15, 16 and 17. HF, HI, HB are greater than HCl. If I ask why the boiling point of HF higher, due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Chlorine can form hydrogen bonding, but rather rest of the element, due to the less electronegative difference, they cannot form hydrogen bond. Okay, so HA will be more hydra acid. Similarly, water greater than H2E, TE, H2TE means tellurium, H2SE means selenium, H2S means sulfide, hydrogen sulfide. Similarly, in group 15, so this is the group 17 HFHI, this is the group 16, this is the group 15. SbH3 greater than NH3, greater than ASH3, greater than PH3. Okay. So this is the boiling point order of group 15, 16, 17. Now, next, solubility. Hydrogen bonding can also provide explanation. Hydrogen bonding can also provide explanation for the solubility of certain compounds. Hydrogen bonds can also provide explanation for the solubility of certain compounds in water compounds whose molecules can form hydrogen bond with water molecules are soluble in water. Hydrogen bond can also provide explanation for the solubility of certain compounds in water, compounds whose molecules can form hydrogen bond with water molecules are soluble in water. As for examples, water, lower alcohols are soluble in water because their molecules can form hydrogen bond with water molecules. So due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, solubility increases. Due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding, solubility increases. As for example, alcohol and glucose are soluble in water. Due to intermolecular forces of hydrogen bond, solubility decreases, that is, orthohydroxybenzaldehyde is less soluble in water as compared to para-hydroxybenzaldehyde. Again I tell you, hydrogen bonding can also provide explanation on the solubility of certain compounds in water compounds whose molecules can form hydrogen bonds with water molecules are soluble in water. As for example, lower alcohols are soluble in water because their molecules can form hydrogen with water molecules. Due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, solubility increases. Alcohol and glucose are soluble in water, but intramolecular hydrogen bonding solubility decreases. As for example, orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, which can form intramolecular hydrogen bonding, orthonitrophenol. So orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, which is less soluble in water as compared to para-hydroxybenzaldehyde. So orthohydroxybenzaldehyde less soluble in water as compared to para-hydroxybenzaldehyde. So this is the solubility and the chart, hydrogen bond melting point and boiling point. Next, move on. Viscosity. Next, move on viscosity. How viscosity? depends on intermolecular or intramolecular hydrogen bonding. It is measure of resistance to flow. It is a measure of resistance of or to flow due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding or association takes place. So viscosity increases. For example, viscosity means which the drags the liquid to flow in motion. So viscosity means it is a dragging force which drags the metal or molecules towards backward. Clear? So if the intramolecular hydrogen bonding association takes place, what will happen? Viscosity increases. Methanol CH2OH, ethylene glycol CH2OH, CH2OH, and glycerol CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. This is the example of viscosity. This is the example of viscosity. Again I tell you, in case of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, association takes place, so viscosity increases. So more number of intramolecular bonding association takes place, so viscosity increases. So intramolecular association not increases, it should be inter. It should be inter. Association takes place, so viscosity increases. Okay, intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay. So what I have discussed, the solubility, melting point, boiling point. This is the very important curve. You see that has been explained here. I have already explained several times why the melting point, boiling point first decreases, then increases. In case of ammonia, then decreases. Again, arsenic. Okay, little bit increases, but less than ammonia, then SbH3. Okay, why? Now, down the group, what will happen? There are van der Waals interactions dominates. Okay, so solubility, and this is the boiling point order of group 15, 16, 17, and this is the viscosity, another term, viscosity. Also, how does viscosity change with intermolecular hydrogen bonding? Intermolecular hydrogen bonding means association takes place. Association takes place means viscosity increases. So now this is the question and answer. Okay, which one of the following does not have intermolecular hydrogen bonding? Intermolecular orthonitrophenol. Arrange the increasing order of their boiling point. Already I discussed. Here HCl less than HBr less than HI less than HF. Here. So solution HCl less than HBr less than HI less than HF. Number 1. Number 2, NH3 less than HF less than water. PH3 less than H2S less than HCl. Number 4, acetone CH3COH3 less than CH3OH less than water. So this is the arrange the increasing order of their boiling point. So in first one HF higher, so that's why HF, then HI, then HBr, then HCl. I think you understand. This is for hydrogen bond. Why HI higher? Due to the increase of van der Waals interactions, molecular surface area increases, melting point, boiling point also increases. In case of ammonia less than HF, less than water. So water should be high due to the presence of two hydrogen atoms. So water has high boiling point due to the two hydrogen atoms. But in case of ammonia, nitrogen is, although it has a 3 hydrogen atom, it can form a 3 hydrogen bond. In case of HF, it can form 1 hydrogen bond. But here electronegativity of fluorine much more greater than nitrogens. In case of PH3, H2S, HCl will be high due to the more electronegativity of chlorine. Similarly here water due to the more electronegativity of water, oxygens, and also possess 2 hydrogen atoms. So this is the question and answers of this chapter. So I have finished the hydrogen bonding chapter under intermolecular forces. Okay, so I have finished hydrogen bonding under this chapter. Okay, go through the topic carefully. If you feel any doubt, then ask me. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video.